Good morning, everyone. Welcome to River City Plus. It is the show after the show, the River City After Party, and we are coming up on a season where there is almost a 40% increase in engagements. So I had to bring in some wedding experts to kick off the dum season. Ladies, welcome to River City Plus. We're so happy to have you, Amy and Stephanie.
Thank you for having us.
So obviously I want to dive right in because you reached out to me talking about a pretty exciting giveaway that we're going to get to, but you also bring an exquisite venue to the 904. And a big part of that wedding planning process is always, where are we going to do it? Where can we have the most fun? Where can we bring our guests a really special and unique experience, something that's going to be memorable? So can you tell us about your venue?
Yes, so it's a privately owned property. It sits on about 20 acres, and the owners, Wendy and Phil Chandler. Mr. Chandler has a construction background, and Miss Chandler is interior design. So they kind of had the idea together, and with those two backgrounds, the barn was born. It's about 6,000 square feet. We host 200 guests comfortably.
Wow.
So. Farm animals, a pond. It's very, very, very charming, to say the least. So.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Stephanie, talk to me about what made you want to reach out to the community and kind of bring more people in with this giveaway that I promise we're going to tell you about, but I want you to keep listening. It's like, what made you want to reach out and just say, hey, this is something we want to do. We want to wrap our arms around the community and really bring more brides, grooms, partners in to enjoy this space with us.
So I think in the wedding industry, you don't really hear about this specific kind of giveaway. Obviously, we're proud of having 500 events at the barn, and being able to do something like this for a couple is just really rewarding for us. But also, again, it just brings excitement around our 500th event. Yeah, we're just super excited.
So, can we tell everybody now? Can we tell them what the actual giveaway is? And then we can dive into some details. Because I'm sure people are on the other seats going like, wait, wedding, what are we giving away? Because you ladies have been in this industry for a long time. It can be a pricey industry. So to invest in something that's going to be a huge day, but to maybe give them a little bit of a break is huge.
I'll let Amy tell the giveaway.
So basically, like Stephanie said, in honor of celebrating our 500th event at Chandler Oaks, the owners have decided to give away a free wedding at the venue, which is a $10,000 value. So it's a pretty big deal. Yes, he wanted to do it this time of year, just with the holidays coming up, and thinking about everything we're thankful for, and just the way the community has continued to keep us going and booking and word of mouth and, just kind of giving back. So,
yeah, I love that. It's a wonderful way to give back, especially like you said, at such a very special time in someone's life. So what are the logistics of the giveaway?
We have an open house this Sunday at the venue from 1 to 4, and couples can come, put in their entry, and we're going to announce. So it's pretty straightforward. It'll be a Monday through Friday, anytime in 2025, any date that we're available that they would like. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward.
Now, do you have to be a couple? Okay, well, I'm guessing I'm like, okay, so if I'm like, Ryan, if I ever got my hopes up, he's just like shaking his head. And I'm like, I could save money for the future.
You do have to be engaged.
Would your wife have Dawn, would you have a problem with that? Dawn? Listen, 3 is company is what I hear. So the girls are like, the wheels have really come off this show. We're not coming back. But I do love the fact that you guys are opening this up to everyone. Like she said, you do need to be engaged. So if you were thinking if that was a ring burning a hole in your pocket and you want to save some money, drop it like it's hot, quicker. Drop it like it's hot before Sunday. So tell me even more about this venue, because it sounds like you two are both really passionate about it. You've had almost 500 events there. So what is it that makes this really special to people locally?
So I've been in the event industry for 12 years. I own Southern Grace Events, do coordination. I've done weddings all over. And I met the Chandlers when they were in the building stages. And I will never forget walking in the doors before it was even completed and going, you guys have no idea what you've done. I hope you're ready, because you're about to be slammed. There was nothing else like it. There was no other white barn venue in our region. And it's just, you walk in and it's one of those places, it's rustic, but it's so elegant. It's not your typical rugged barn.
Right.
You're walking in and it's a southern vibe. It's just, it's done meticulously. And you walk in and it feels like home, but it feels like something you've never experienced at the same time.
So somebody who's been in the event industry for, what did you say, 12 years? 12 years. What do you think is a big roadblock for people when it comes to wedding planning? Is there like a challenge that if there was like, I wish I could tell people this beforehand? Is there some advice or wisdom that you would share with people?
I would say you don't know until you know, and you don't want to be on the other side of that. So connect with vendors who are well seasoned, get with a solid venue and a solid coordinating team that can guide you through that, because once you're done, you're done. You can't go back. So it's scary because you are investing a lot, you know?
Right.
But you only get one shot at it. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. We were talking about you ladies coming in earlier, and you know how, you know, if it were me, I'm like, I would want producers on site. Like, I would be like, we're not doing the news today because I need everyone at the wedding.
All hands on
I
deck.
need IFB. Like, I need a monitor. Like, if, you know, my partner's not crying, like, we're running it again. Like, we're due, like I need all hands on deck. Run it back. So there is so much that, you know, you have to do and see behind the scenes. And obviously so many of those pictures are beautiful. They're gorgeous. You know, Stephanie, how about you in your time in the event industry? What is some advice that you would give someone who's planning a big day?
I definitely say have a wedding planner or coordinator. I think that there are so many type A people nowadays, and they want like their hand in it the whole time from start to finish, which is great. They know what they want and they want to execute that vision. But I think not being like present in that moment for your wedding day, again, like Amy said, like you only get one shot, right? So if you're like concerned about the logistics of everything and making sure everything is good, like then I feel like you're not as present and able to enjoy it as much. And so that's kind of like where we come into play, is like, just trust us, like give us your vision, trust us with what we do, and let us execute it. That way you can just show up and then marry whoever you're marrying. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my biggest advice.
I would 100% agree with you. For a very short time, I used to shoot weddings. So before I was on camera, like I did everything behind the scenes. They had to drag me because I was like, I want nothing to do with weddings. I'm way too intimidated. What if I don't press the red button? I have one job, and then we have to like reenact this wedding with puppets because the bride has no footage. But it was so different. Weddings that, you know, the bride or the groom were very heavily involved in everything. They're sitting here tracking down the flower girl. Where is the ring? Where is that pillow? Why aren't your shoes matching? Like, what's happening? Versus people who brought, you know, 1 to 2 other people in, even just to say, hey, you stand here. Hey, music goes here.
Point person.
Exactly. Like, and sometimes you just need a fixer on that day. Guess what? If somebody didn't show up, like, you're not in hair and makeup, and they're just like, so you know that harpist, they brought a harmonica and like a recorder, like. Right. It's like, what do you want me to do? I'm going to be the kind of person who's like, I don't care if the place burned down, like find somewhere else for me to be. Just drive me to that spot on that day.
Funny you say that, because when building the team for Southern Grace and Chandler Oaks, you know, one of the things that we really look for is somebody who can improvise on the spot. And that's why.
Right.
When things go south, you have to find the next best situation to make it look and appear and feel as though nothing happened.
Right.
You want it to be best case scenario.
Exactly. So when that thought process creating Southern Grace, what were some of the pillars that you wanted to make sure you had for, you know, the events that you were going to do?
As far as staff goes?
Yeah.
Well, the mission and attitude behind Southern Grace is really to try to bring the vendor teams together, because that directly impacts the couples. If your vendors are kind of butting heads or, you know, on a power trip per se, it's not going to go well for anyone. Right. So it's kind of trying to drive that team atmosphere, positive attitudes, giving grace when things go wrong, and helping the vendors resolve their issues, just like we would the couple. So
if somebody is planning a wedding and, you know, they're looking ahead and they want to make sure that they're giving themselves a good timeline, what does that look like for you two? What's an ideal timeline for a wedding?
For booking, or
like when do you get the cake? When do you get the dress? Like, you know, when do you hire a flower girl? When clearly the person who's never been married in the room, I'm like, I don't know. When do you do the things?
The earlier you book, the better, especially if you have vendors that you are dead set on, because they are booking out.
Right.
If you're flexible, we can pull off a wedding for you in 3 months, but you have to have some cushion and flexibility. But if you have dream vendors that you want to work with, you got to lock it down soon.
She's like, if you're good with Off the Rack and Red Lobster, like we can throw this together for you. She's like, and we'll make it cute. Cheddar biscuits and a bouquet. I love it. I love the fact that you guys do have that much range because like you said, sometimes people are a little bit more impromptu. Maybe they just want like a really beautiful courthouse and party afterwards. It sounds like you have a lot of range also with your partnership at Chandler Oaks, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. So ladies, obviously we want to be able to stay connected with you. Anything else you want people to know about Chandler Oaks or about what you are bringing to the wedding season? Again, 40% increase. Okay. I'm probably not going to be part of that 40%, but for those of you girls and guys out there that are, make sure that you can take advantage of this opportunity. Like I said, this is happening Sunday. You can save $10,000. Drop it like it's hot. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Go to our Instagram, RSVP, so that you can come to the event. And if you don't win the event or win the free wedding, there's also $1,000 off your booking if you book during the open house.
Can I win that? I got a birthday party coming up
you
in
go.
January. We can do that.
Anything?
I already have the date saved.
Thanks. See, I'm a good early booker. I already said I'm going to save the dates.
Join the team. You're a planner.
Right,
I can tell.
perfect. She's like, you seem bossy and a little unhinged. That's not, jump in there. She'd be like, when flowers didn't arrive, I'm like, it's fine. I found a palm tree. I made one. There you go.
She can improvise. We
Right,
like it.
exactly.
We like
live
that.
TV, wedding planning, very, very similar industries. Very similar industries. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us here on River Sea Plus. We are definitely going to have these ladies back to help you with even more wedding tips coming up the holiday season. I'm booking them right now. So thank you, ladies, so
Thanks
much for
for
joining
having
us.
us.
We'll see you tomorrow morning on River Sea Plus.